2022 with a bang on Saturday, January 1st, as we have a loaded heavyweight card, 5 fights on the pay-per-view. It is FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View, a heavyweight extravaganza coming your way from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com. We go live on pay-per-view, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time for the low price of $39.99. Now that you've heard from the co-main event, it's time to shift our attention to the main event of the evening. First of all, this man has a record of 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 25 wins coming by way of knockout. He captured the heavyweight championship of the world by defeating Vyacheslav Glazgov back in 2016. Since that time, he has gone ahead and he came up short against Anthony Joshua, but he's won 5 of his last 6. Originally from St. Louis, now training in the Los Angeles area. I've known Prince Charles Martin for quite some time. He's all business, and he is very focused to once again challenge for the heavyweight championship of the world, working very hard in trying to go ahead and elevate his way up the rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, with an 80% knockout percentage, the former heavyweight champion of the world, Prince Charles Martin. Charles. Charles, you there?
Yeah, bear with us one moment here.
There we go.
Can you see him?
Yeah, we got him. Perfect. Charles, can you give us your thoughts on your fight coming up on New Year's Day as you get set to collide against Luis Ortiz in the main event of FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View?
How you doing, man?
How you feeling? How's training camp been?
Training camp's been wonderful. You know, just working hard, man. I'm used to it by now, so that's it, man. All I know is hard work. When I come in the gym, you know, come into these workout sessions, you know, I just complete it with 100% effort, and that's what we do, man. That's all I can say about that.
I've known you for a long time, but over the past 18 months, I feel like this is the most focused you've been in your entire career. Is that fair to say? I
agree. 100%. I agree.
And what does this opportunity against Luis Ortiz mean to you?
Just, it's everything, man, you know, because a lot of guys didn't want to fight me. You know, we try to fight Dylan. We try to fight Andy. You know what I'm saying? We try to fight a few people, and nobody wanted to. So I give this man credit for, you know, taking the fight.
And what do you think the fans can expect when they watch Charles Martin step inside the ring against Luis Ortiz?
They're gonna be shocked, man. You know, I always had what it took, and now I'm just putting the main ingredient to it, which is the dedication and the hard work. I always worked hard, but really the dedication, man. You know, the focus and the dedication. And that's what it takes to be world champion, man. I'm coming to be world champion 2 times.
Sounds like you got something up your sleeve, Charles, on New Year's Day. We're looking forward to it, my man.
Oh, man, I'm glad y'all willing to give me a chance, man, you know, because I'm definitely going to show and prove.
All right, now let's meet your opponent. This man is a former heavyweight title challenger. He has an outstanding record, 33 wins, 2 losses. He has been atop the heavyweight rankings for several years, and his only 2 losses came at the hands of the former heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Born in Camagüey, Cuba, trained under the guidance of Herman Caicedo, with victories over the likes of Brian Jennings, Tony Thompson, Malik Scott, most recently having stopped Alexander Flores last November in Los Angeles. No relation to me, but this man is a heavy hitter. He has an outstanding amateur background. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luis King Kong Ortiz. Luis.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh. Can you tell us how training camp has been like? Martin, can you ask him?
Bueno, primero que nada, contanos un poco sobre cómo ha sido tu entrenamiento, Luis. ¿Cómo te sentís de cara a esta pelea que inaugurará el 2022?
Nada, estoy, ¿sabes? Siempre motivado por mi pelea. Agradecido siempre a Dios y a los angelitos que me dan siempre la oportunidad de seguir en mi trabajo. Y nada, para adelante, muy contento en todo mi trabajo.
I'm just thankful and happy. Thankful with everybody that has given me the opportunity to be on this stage. Thankful with my trainers that have prepared me for this opportunity. And I'm ready to do my job. I'm ready to shine.
Before we get to the media, I just want to know from you, Luis, this is a home game for you because you train in Miami. The fight is at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. How excited are you to be able to fight close to home in front of a lot of your family and friends?
¿Qué tan emocionante es para vos el saber que vas a ser local, el que vas a estar en Miami, vas a pelear en frente de familia y amigos? ¿Eso te motiva cuánto?
Bueno, mi motivación siempre es la misma, estando lejos o estando cerca. Estoy aquí mismo en Miami y a veces se me dificulta ver a mis hijos, a mi familia, porque ellos saben que estoy en un campo de entrenamiento, estoy por una batalla y eso es lo que es, tú sabes.
I'm always motivated. Being near or far away from home, I am absolutely always motivated. And to be honest with you, even being here in Miami, it's tough for me to see my kids or my wife sometimes because of the training camp, how intense it is. So we try to stay focused, and we're training really hard. I'm fighting in Miami. Obviously, it's absolutely great, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, now we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Andrew Roberts. If you have questions, make sure to raise your hand and then go ahead. And once we call upon you, unmute yourself and ask both Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin a question. Again, if you have a question, raise your hand. And then when Andrew Roberts goes to you, unmute yourself and ask your question. Andrew.
Thanks very much, Ray. Our first question is going to come from Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
First question's for Charles. Charles, looking back from your time as the IBF title holder to now, how would you say that you've grown or matured as a fighter?
Wow, that's like it's like night and day, man. You know, like I said, just the dedication and the focus alone. You know, I don't eat. Like I used to eat fried food. I used to eat fast food. I used to, you know, I don't eat any of that now. No, you know, no sugars, no nothing like that. Just the dedication alone, man. You know, I always worked hard. You know what I mean? But when you putting it all together, a combination of everything, you know, is just I feel unstoppable, man.
Question for Luis. At 42 years old, you're still a very elite heavyweight. Have you given it thought to kind of how many fights you feel that you still have left in boxing?
Luis, a los 42 años seguís siendo parte de la elite en la división de pesos pesados. ¿Has pensado en cuántos años te quedan en el deporte o lo tomás día a día? No, tenés que sacarlo de mudo. Lo pusiste en mudo, Luis. Ahí está.
Mi mente está firme. Aquel que crea que King Kong no está listo porque tiene esa edad. Estoy aquí y voy a seguir demostrándolo cada vez que me trepe encima del ring que King Kong está ready para aquel que venga.
My mind and my body are in tip-top shape. Whoever believes that King Kong wouldn't be ready or wouldn't be up to the challenge because of his age is dead wrong. Luis Ortiz is ready for any challenge. He welcomes any challengers. And of course, he welcomes this one as well.
All right. Thanks very much, Jeremy. Just a quick note, Charles, if you could please turn your video back on, we'd appreciate it. We'll take our next question here. Perfect. Thank you, sir. We'll take our next question from James Bell. James, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question.
All right, thanks. First question here for Charles Martin. You talk about your focus through your training camps that you've had, you know, up until this point. Could you go into your development as a fighter being under Manny Robles?
Say that again.
Could you go over your development as a fighter under your trainer there, man?
Oh, yeah, just being a well-rounded fighter, you know, being able to do a lot more things and having more tools in my arsenal, you know. And yeah, man, just being disciplined, man. You know, being a disciplined fighter, period. You know what I'm saying? Inside and outside of the ring.
Gotcha. Now, my question for Luis, given your position in the heavyweight division, would you say this fight should get you right back into world title contention, whether through the IBF or maybe the WBC?
¿Sentís que esta pelea, si ganás esta pelea, te va a volver a poner en la senda, en el camino al título mundial, ya sea a través de la FIB o a través del WBC?
Bueno, mi estrategia siempre ha sido la misma, de mantenerme en línea por pelear por los mejores. Ese siempre ha sido mi meta. Es de ganar siempre mi combate y seguir.
My strategy hasn't changed. It has always been to face the best and to be the best. And whatever path that takes me on, that's fine with me. The challenge remains the same. The goal remains the same. The strategy remains the same.
All right, excellent. Thank you, James. Our next question will come from Jake Donovan. Jake, if you could unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Great. Thanks, Andrew. Charles, my first question is for you. So your name has been attached to some very big fights over the 2 years where you unfortunately haven't been able to make it back to the ring. Without looking past Luis Ortiz, should you emerge victorious on New Year's Day, would fights with, say, Andy Ruiz or Deontay Wilder be on your radar, or is the expectation is to go straight to a title?
Yeah. At this point, I don't even want to answer that because I'm really not looking beyond this fight. So I'm focusing on this guy and getting him out of here, man. You know, that's all I see. When I wake up in the morning, I see Luis Ortiz. When I go to sleep, I see Luis Ortiz. So we're gonna handle this business on January 1st, and then I'll be able to talk to you about future things.
Okay, got you. So let me rephrase it then. Is the expectation in 2022 to stay far more active than has been the case in 2020 and 2021?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And then, Luis, my question for you. So I know Carlos Negron, he gives you a lot of great sparring in your gym. Just if you could talk about like the lifestyle that you lead, especially, you know, at Herman Casero's sports complex.
Bueno, sabemos que Carlos Negrón ha tenido sesiones de sparring con vos. Contanos un poco de cómo es tu día a día, tu estilo de vida en el complejo deportivo y en tu preparación en general para esta pelea.
Bueno, todo lo que está en el gimnasio, todo lo que va en el gimnasio me conoce. Ellos saben que no me gusta jugar en los entrenamientos. Me tomo muy en serio mi trabajo, tirar piñazos, es lo mejor que yo sé hacer. Y nada, y siempre busco de que haya una riña ahí dentro del ring. Y si ese día me dan golpe, le digo, me ganaron la segunda vez, y si buscamos siempre, pero nunca, siempre hacer el trabajo que hacemos día a día en el gimnasio. Y ahí terminamos siempre apoyándonos. Tú sabes, sé que él va a pelear con un cubano, y yo siempre le deseo lo mejor. Tú sabes. Quiero siempre lo mejor para los peleadores que conozco.
Well, anybody that knows me knows that I don't mess around in the gym. Throwing punches is what I do best in my life, bar none. So I take it very seriously. I don't mess around, and when we get into the ring, I'm looking to throw down. And then if someone bests me that day, if someone hurt me inside of the ring and I was defeated during a sparring session, I say, good job, you know, and then I move on and I learn that lesson and I get better the next day. As far as Negron, I was glad to be able to help him because I knew that he was fighting against a Cuban opponent. So I'm glad that I was able to lend him a hand, and I wish him the best on January 1st.
Great. Thank you, Jake. Our next question will come from Willie Suarez. Willie, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Luis, Willy Suárez de boxeo cubano, campeón. Lamentablemente hemos soñado los cubanos, como yo, en finalmente tener un cubano campeón mundial en los pesos pesados profesional. Todavía puede ser Luis Ortiz ese cubano y sin sobrepasar a Charles, que es tu próximo oponente. De los campeones, ¿con quién tú crees que puede ser que tú puedes pelear y finalmente convertirte en campeón mundial?
Bueno, gracias a ti. Yo soy, lo que tengo en mi mente, mi sueño no se me va a ir hasta que yo no me retire del boxeo. Lo mío es eliminar el obstáculo que tengo al frente y seguir adelante, siempre poniendo a Dios por delante y dándole las gracias a mi manager y a Luis de Cuba Jr. y a Jaime, que son los que de verdad pueden hacer que mi sueño se cumpla. Principalmente es ganar en la pelea enero 1 para seguir adelante.
Gracias, Luis.
Bueno, the question was about how ready do you feel to be able to challenge for the world title, something that many Cubans, hope and that they dream about. And Luis was saying that nobody is ever going to be able to take away my dream away from me, ever. And I'm going to continue to get ready, and I'm going to continue to focus on my next challenge, which is fighting against Charles Martin, and then keep going, keep putting on that effort, because if I do, then I have no reason to think that dream won't come true. So that was what Luis was saying about being ready for the title.
All right, great. Thank you for that, Willie, and Martine, for your help there. Our next question will come from Ismail Abdul Salam. Ismail, please unmute yourself. You can ask your question.
Thank you. First question is for Prince Charles. You mentioned earlier that you've had a couple fights that you were trying to get that just fell through with Andy Ruiz and Dillian White. A lot of other fighters would have taken that time and maybe just taken a lower level fight just to stay busy. What made you hold off on that, knowing that eventually you get an opportunity like this down the line?
Well, I'm already I'm in my prime right now. I'm at the peak. So I don't believe in just fighting the lower level fighters right now. I want the big fights. I wanna, be out there, lead with a bang, be a 2-time world champion. I just got big plans and big expectations for myself, and I don't believe that wasting that time is necessary at this point in my career in life. So that's the reason why, I did not take, a little tune-up fights and stuff like that. I don't need them. We ready to rock and roll, baby.
Thank you. And my last question is for Luis Ortiz. Luis, you've constantly over the course of your career had to fight taller fighters and fighters with reach advantages. So you're having that again against Charles Martin. What about your style is so effective against bigger fighters? And also, why do you feel mentality-wise you're aggressive than what we normally see with most Cuban fighters?
Estás acostumbrado a pelear contra oponentes que tienen más alcance y que son más altos que vos. Esta no va a ser la excepción. ¿Qué tanta ventaja o desventaja sentís cuando afrontás esta situación? Y después, ¿cuál es el rol de tu mentalidad para afrontar este tipo de desafíos?
Yo no, sabe, yo estoy preparado para la guerra. Arriba del ring, que los boxeadores tienen sus diferentes estilos. Walter tenía su estilo, otros que eran de ese mismo tamaño tienen su estilo. Charles sé que tiene su otro estilo. A veces uno entrena para un estilo y cuando viene a la pelea sale con otro. Entonces la mente mía es como, vuelvo y te repito, es salir a hacer lo mejor de mí, que es tirar golpe. Y salir a destruir al contrario.
I'm ready for war. I'm gonna come out and give it all I got. And as far as the advantage or disadvantage of being, out of reach or with lesser height, it really doesn't matter because you can prepare for a certain style and then all of a sudden you step into the ring and it's a completely different thing. My mentality is to be ready. My mentality is to take on any challenge that comes my way. It's really as simple as that.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Ishmael. Our last question is going to come from Jim Conlon. Jim, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
My question is for Luis Ortiz. Luis, in the last year or two, do you feel sort of disrespected and angry that people haven't mentioned you in the World Heavyweight title picture? All the talk has been about Fury and Joshua and Usyk and Andy Ruiz. Do you feel a bit aggrieved about that?
Bueno, últimamente, en el último par de años, Fury, Usyk, Joshua, Andy Ruiz han acaparado lo que sería la charla sobre el título del peso pesado. ¿Te sentís como que eso que es una falta de respeto? ¿Te sentís enojado por el hecho de que el nombre de Luis Ortiz no forma parte de ese club?
Solamente le digo que me evitan, porque no sé que supuestamente que yo soy, que me evitan, no sé cuál es la razón, será porque los panties que usan se le van el elástico.
You know why my name isn't among those that you mentioned? Because they avoid me. I don't know why they avoid me, but they do. Maybe it's because they got their panties in a bunch. I don't know, but I'll be ready for when they call my name.
All right, perfect. Thank you for that last question, Jim, and to all the press that joined us today. Thank you very much to both Luis and Charles for taking the time, and I'll turn things back over to Ray to wrap it up and close.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to Charles and Luis. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys during fight week 2 heavyweights that love the knockout. 80% knockout percentage for Charles Martin, 75% knockout percentage for Luis Ortiz. The heavyweights getting it on for an IBF Heavyweight Title Eliminator live on FOX Sports PBC Pay-Per-View. Do not miss it. $39.99 for the low price. Start off your 2022 with the bang with 5 heavyweight showdowns, including Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz in our main event. On behalf of our entire team, Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz, also want to thank Frank Sanchez and Carlos Negron. They are the co-main event for joining us. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you during fight week of this heavyweight extravaganza down at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. Again, $39.99, the pay-per-view price. We start at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time. Also, tickets are still available at Ticketmaster.com if you want to be in attendance in Hollywood, Florida at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It is presented by Premier Boxing Champions and promoted by TGB Promotions. Have a great one, everyone, and we'll see you during fight week down in South Florida.